Lacrosse has its own version of westward expansion. That was validated in 2015 when Denver won it all. Next up, well, that would be Utah. 1, 2, 3. Mountain backdrop, Pac-12 facilities, and a star-studded coaching staff led by Brian Hallman. The Utes are all in on the fastest-growing team sport in the country. My time with the Utah coaching staff had me leave with a few takeaways. No stone will go unturned in year one. Short-term results, they won't be compromised for long-term success. Players will be developed on and off the field. But most importantly, when Coach Hallman gets a trim from me, he looks like $1 million. We're gonna make Pops look like a stud. Mrs. Hallman might actually take you on a date.
Yeah, it could be.
We're gonna get you nice and tight around here. We'll just trim up around the top, and we're gonna keep this.
Yeah,
keep
it where it is, right?
2016, you're on the staff at Carolina. You win it all. One would think, you know, you move the family down there from Baltimore, you're comfortable. Why Utah?
It's ready to move on and take the next step and the next challenge. And to be honest with you, Carc, it's kind of how I've lived my life pretty much, so why not?
You look at this journey now, it's year one in Division I, but it's really year 3 for all you guys. And after spending some time with this staff, with these kids, what makes you think you guys can compete on a national stage?
Oh, shoot, that's, I don't know. To me, that's a no-brainer. I think I've got, and again, every coach will say this, I believe, but in my heart, I think I have the best coaching staff in the country by far. And
These three guys,
for all the right
best
reasons.
in the country?
Yeah, by far. For all the right reasons.
You just said best coaching staff in the country. That's kind of a bold statement. I know these guys, and I can see where you're coming from, but I want to hear it from you.
Yeah.
Start with Adam. One word to describe this guy. One word.
Unique.
Will.
Tough.
Tough. Your son Marcus.
I would have to say that's a tough one because he's my son. There's like a million personal things.
All right, I'm going to break his up into 2 categories.
Yeah.
Marcus, the coach.
A
word to describe him.
Passionate.
Marcus, the son. A word to describe him.
Passionate.
That works. There it is.
How about him as a dad? Just the dad. What's he like?
Wise.
Wise.
Loving.
Wise and loving. How so?
That's 2 words.
I'll give you 2.
I mean,
Wise and loving.
I think it's, you know, the qualities that make him a great father are what also make him a great coach. You know, I think if you asked college players what they would want, or asked maybe college players' parents what they would want in their head coach, it's someone that could be a father figure for their sons during, you know, 4 of the most important years of their lives. And, you know, he has tremendous knowledge of life itself, and I think his perspective is bigger than just X's and O's in lacrosse, which is truly important.
The coaching staff here, it's pretty easy to get drawn to.
They made it a family-like atmosphere. You know, they had good relationships with all their players. I love Coach Hallman. He's very spiritual. You know, worries about growing us as humans rather than just as lacrosse players. So that's very important.
I feel like I've known him for my whole life, and I've only gotten the opportunity to play for him for not even an entire year yet.
Coach gets knows a ton. I mean, every single day it's a new pointer, things I never thought of before. Mark's is an awesome guy too. He's, obviously he's got like kind of a good cop, bad cop thing going on.
Personally, it's awesome because those are actually 2 of the guys that I grew up watching and tried to emulate.
It's kind of a dream come true in a sense because since they see the game at such a high level, they can give you inside tips and guidance on how to be the best.
When I look at Utah, I see the potential, but this is a new program, right? Mm-hmm. So when you take a step back, what's been the biggest challenge of this all?
I think it's going to be what's going to happen, right? So we all have very high expectations, and we know potential's a really dangerous word.
Why?
Because it's a word that everybody associates with success. Like, so when you say someone has potential, you don't think that person has a downside. You think that person has an upside, right?
Ah, gotcha.
So it's just a word, and we're not going to let that word determine or define what is success in this program. So we have a vision of what our program is going to look like, and I think it's very clear because of all the times that we've sat around and talked about it and the input from these three guys.
How do you keep these guys part of that journey and on that ship?
And that's a challenge. It's easier said than done, but that is the challenge. That's part of our challenge for being here. That's part of the knowledge and the wisdom and the togetherness that we have. But the real way that happens is what we've been doing for the last 3 years, Carc. I mean, you know, we very rarely talk about winning in this program, winning lacrosse games. We talk about winning in life. All right. So if we're going to be measured as men by wins and losses in lacrosse games,
Yeah.
then we're sending the wrong message. All right. The message from day one here is that we're going to win at life. We're going to do our best to teach these young men about what life is about to the best of our ability, and have them prepared to handle whatever life is going to throw at them. So if we've done our job from day one, if we're 0-15, we should see no marked difference in the way that we're going to approach every single day of our life, because that's all part of life is losing and part of life is winning. So we've been sending that message since the moment we stepped foot on this campus. So I think personally we're well prepared for whatever comes our way, and our young men certainly will.
Marcus, you've been part of a lot of winning, and your dad talks about winning life. But on the field, and you spend time with this staff, with these kids, what gives you the confidence that, in addition to winning in life, you guys can win on the field?
Yeah, I think a lot of I mean, let's start with preparation, right? You got to be prepared. I think you know, luck favors the prepared mind.
Yep.
And you know, I know that this staff is a staff of winners. It's not just myself. We all are in our respective ways, and you can look at the college records or the professional records to back that up. And I think training our kids to have that mindset is important as well. You know, and we want them to feel like they are winners when they step on the field.
You called him Coach Holman. When do you call him Dad?
I call him Pops.
Call him Pops?
9 times out of 10, it's Pops. Yeah.
Do you call him Pops in front of the kids too? I like that. Yeah, he's Pops.
Because we're technically
Family.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to call you Pops.
We're all family.
I shot on you this summer. I heard you were chirping that I was a little close. Crease cranks?
Nah, man.
You didn't like the crease cranks? That's what he told me.
Coach Gibbs
won
will
the
tell
next
you.
game.
Man.
We won
If
the
he
next
doesn't
game.
like it, he'll tell you.
So what happened was I was committed to go play at Loyola in Maryland.
I was at Robert Morris for 4 years, still had 2 years of eligibility left.
I went to UMass for 2 years, and I thought Utah would be a great chance for me to play.
I decided that I should probably be close to family.
With the expansion of Utah this year, I mean, it was a school that I definitely wanted to look into.
This is, you know, has one of the best coaching staffs in the whole D1 lacrosse, and I just thought it'd be a great opportunity for me and for the sport.
Once I came out here and visited, I fell in love with it, so it was pretty hard to say no to that.
Why should a kid from the Northeast or the Mid-Atlantic come to Utah?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah, I want you to answer that.
I mean, you know, first of all, again, look at this room, all right? I want to be a pro lacrosse player. I want to be innovative. I want to learn from the best, all right? There's 3 of the best sitting in this room right now, all right? Maybe the status quo just doesn't fit. You know, we talk about creating a legacy and not just going and being part of a legacy. All right, so there's an enticement to be a part of something new, be a part of something that's different.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of spirit actually, Carc, is what we're looking for in our players. Right? Not just go through the motions, not be robotic, not just do it because everybody else does it.
Yeah.
Right? How, you know, take a little bit of a leap of faith. You know, I don't want to sell it. We're not selling this product. We want people that really understand what it's about, and they want to be a part of something that's totally special in our sport right now.
Why is Utah and lacrosse so important?
I think that's it. That's part of the reason why we're all out here. Is you know, you can never look at one thing and say that's the right way or that's the final answer. So Michigan did stir the pot and did cause bigger schools to look at. So maybe now with Utah, maybe there's an Oregon looking, and maybe there's a smaller school in California looking, and saying if Utah can do it, maybe we can do it. So I think that was part of the enticement for all of us, again, to help this game grow and to be the next shot across the bow and to keep pushing it forward. So I'm grateful for Michigan, and hopefully one day somebody will say, man, we're grateful for Utah for getting their thing started.
What's the reception nationally been like for you, like when you're on the road and you're recruiting?
Just a big smile on my face
Yeah.
that I'm a part of this. And there's people that all over the world, right, or sometimes call it fake and just saying, oh, good luck and wish you all the best. But the guys that we know in the lacrosse community and everyone that I've been a part of on the recruiting trail and just family and friends back east, it's been nothing but love, and they know we're hard at work, and we're just going to do the best that we can and try to just get better every day. That's what we say. And whether that's the guys on their own just getting together for lunch, or it's a big practice, or we win a big game, something like that just goes a long way. We know when we have a good day together, and we just accept it. And I just think the reception from everybody throughout the country has just been over the top, and just looking forward to what the next day brings.
Yeah, to your point last night, right? We get a text from John Galloway, just inquiring about.
He's a great human.
Yeah, he is. He's an awesome guy, and he's just inquiring about recruits. Yeah. And, we went back and forth a little bit, and he ends the conversation with, good luck to you guys. Like, so exciting what you're doing. Hope you guys have a great first season. Yeah. A couple weeks before that, Joe Amplo, head coach at Marquette, he sent us a really, really awesome, just really well-written text about how this is going to be the most fun you'll ever have in your lacrosse coaching
And he's
career.
a good person to hear that from.
Exactly, because he just reminisced on his first year or two at Marquette, and for him to, obviously he coached me this summer with Team USA, and that was an incredible experience, getting to know him better and becoming I would say, a close peer in the lacrosse community. But for him to say that and really genuinely mean it, I think is important. Again, it shows the type of character that those guys have, but it also shows that the lacrosse community does care, and I don't think there's any hard feelings towards us out here and what we're doing. It's all been very genuine, like Will spoke about.
Yeah.
So.
What's interesting, coaches? We mentioned Michigan. We mentioned Marquette. Who have you kind of leaned on in terms of like getting advice or finding out things and building a program? Because this isn't just a program. It's a program that's being built kind of from the ground up.
Yeah.
Not kind of.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So who have you leaned on?
Well, a lot of people. You talk about a Joe Amplo. Joe was one of the first guys I called. And what I love about Joe is that he's some people are a little bit tighter with information, some don't. Joe's not that kind of guy. Neither am I. If somebody asks me a question, I'm just going to tell them what I think and what I know. And so Joe, and I talked to Billy Tierney. People don't know this, but Billy and I actually coached together at Hopkins back in the late '80s.
Yeah.
Billy's been a dear friend for a long, long time, and obviously I don't have to go into his credentials, right?
Yeah.
He's the man, but he's also another one that's very, very open about sharing information. So I talked to him. I talked to John Paul at Michigan and asked him about his process. And he was very open about things that he did well and things that he didn't do well.
Yeah.
Right. So you want to look at all facets of building this program, and and I was fortunate at Carc. I played for and I coached with Henry Ciccarone and Don Zimmerman, and and then I got to go down with Bresh at Carolina, and talk to John Danowski while I was down there, and become friends with him, and to reach out to Coach Starja, who's been awesome, picking up the phone and calling and seeing how we're doing. Adam's one of his boys, and so we'd be fools not to ask questions and look around, and I certainly am not going to be that way. And I think garnering a little bit from every one of those guys, but ultimately it's these guys sitting around me that gives me a lot of advice and a lot of input and sharing their vision, which is as important as getting it from anybody else.
What's the best thing about having a staff with 3 pro players?
The best thing?
The best thing. Because there's going to be a follow-up to that, too.
Telling us we can't play in a practice.
We get to suit up.
Yeah.
How often do you guys suit up?
I suited up today.
Did you?
That Scout team man up.
How bad do those dudes want to get you?
He scored the first goal. I shoot it, scores the first goal against my penalty kill team.
How often do these guys want to suit up? All the time?
If I let them, they'd suit up all the time. But, you know, we also have to coach.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a line there. So as long as they're doing both, I'm good with it. But, you know, I think it's fun. The kids love it. And what the heck, man. So I think that probably would be the best thing.
I have to give you credit, man. All you guys. This isn't kind of just lip service either. I've been following the game and done it for a living for a long time. And when you think of effort, the guys to your left, the guy to your right, the guy kind of to your behind right,
Yep.
the effort that these 3 guys have always given the sport, top shelf.
Yeah.
Top shelf. I mean,
Thanks,
your
man.
hustle, your attitude, your love for the game. Man, I watched you play this summer. I watched you. I shot on you this summer. I heard you were chirping that. I was a little close. Crease cranks?
Nah, man.
You didn't like the crease cranks? That's what he told me.
Coach
Hey, I
Coach
think we
Gitz
won
will
the
tell
next
you,
game,
man.
We won
If
the
he
next
doesn't
game.
like it, he'll tell you.
But I will say, in all honesty, these 3 guys, every time they've stepped on the field, I can honestly say when I watch them play, they give everything. Everything.
It's it's one of our rules of engagement here at Utah. It's great effort, amongst a couple other things. But you know, it can you know, and Pops, you've said this before. Great effort can cover up a couple, you know, technical difficulties or scheme blunders. You know, playing harder than your opponent can get you a couple wins here and there, maybe more than a couple, if you combine it with all the other things that, again, we're working through.
I mean, Mrs. Holman's going to be like, "Wow, I got my guy back."
All right. Did he go anywhere?
You know what she's gonna say? Clark's killing it. Clark.
He's killing
Clark's
it.
killing it.
We'll get our wins when the time's right and we're prepared for them and we're fortunate enough to get them. We'll get them, but we're going to win at all the other things. We're going to win it with a 3.92 GPA. We're going to win with 18 guys on the Dean's list.
You had 18 dudes on the Dean's list?
Yeah. All right.
Good luck, Manny wasn't.
All 4 of us.
I think it's really important that we're bringing the sport out here, out west.
Our coaches sometimes point out this will be the first, Utah goal. This will be the first Utah GB. This will be the first Utah win.
It'll just only make the game of lacrosse better.
It's kind of inspiring to think that we're trailblazing that.
We're just trying to, grow the program.
We're making history. We're laying the foundation down for hopefully the next kids that come in and generations to come.
You talk about the journey and not wins and losses, but you always have to have kind of goals as a team and a staff. What are the goals year 1?
You know, it's just what we talk about with these guys. We're just going to get incrementally better at being a Utah lacrosse player every single day. That's it. Every single day. We have
never talked about, hey, let's win this or let's do this or
winning's a byproduct.
Yeah.
Clark, you know that.
Yeah.
It's a byproduct of all the things that we do in our lives. And you know, I give you an example. You know, last year we had this club program and, you know, everybody in the country was touting us and we're going to win a national championship and yada, yada, yada. I got 3 guys in here to actually play on that club team. And then they will vouch for this. How many times did we talk about winning a national championship or winning games in general? Look at their faces.
Not once.
Not once.
not once.
All right. We're 16-1. All right. Lost to BYU in a quarterfinal game.
I watched that
They
game.
outplayed us. They outcoached us, and we lost.
Yeah.
It would be criminal to sit here and say that we didn't have a successful or championship season. Criminal. So I'm not doing that. That's not the way I work. It's not the way we're wired here. you know, we'll get our wins when the time's right and we're prepared for them, and we're fortunate enough to get them. We'll get them, but we're going to win at all the other things. We're going to win it with a 3.92 GPA. We're going to win with 18 guys on the dean's list.
You had 18 dudes on the dean's list?
Yeah. All right.
Good luck Manny wasn't.
Right.
We're lucky that Manny wasn't matriculated.
All 4 of us, right? Would have been an issue.
Me too.
Yeah,
and
5.
the guy shooting behind,
5, 6.
behind the camera too.
Right. So, you know, we're going to win in the community with the clinics and the children's hospital visits, and you know, and that's just not BS. We don't do that stuff just to say we do it. We're not tweeting all that stuff out, and it's part of who we are as human beings.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's special about our program is you know, so yeah, year 1 we're going to get better. We're going to stack pennies, and I'll show you the pennies when you get to my office. So every day that we get a little bit better, and the coaching staff feels that we're better, and we improved as a team and a program, we put a penny on the pile, right? That's good enough. We haven't played any games yet. We got 13 pennies over there, so we're getting better.
Yeah.
Right. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Will, what do you guys do when you want to kind of unwind and not talk lax amongst the 4 of you guys as a staff?
Want me to tell you what I do?
Well, I know you like to snowboard. You like to snowboard.
I snowboard, I go eat ramen at Jinya, or I go home and watch
No
Entourage and
survivors?
take a nap. Yeah. Yeah.
How about you? You hitting the slopes at all?
No, I'm not hitting any slopes.
Yeah.
No?
I'm not hitting any slopes. I got bad hips, man. I don't feel like falling down that mountain.
But
I
what's the
stare
most
at 'em,
enjoyable?
look at
Like,
it.
what do you
It's
guys love to
beautiful.
do as a group outside of lacrosse?
Tucci's.
Papa Tucci's.
Yeah, we go out to some dinners and we just break bread and come over to the house and sit around and watch football, and we just honestly I don't know, I say this, I know these guys like being around each other. I like just being around them. And I want to know if you wear that when you're home. Do you?
The apron?
Yeah.
When I cook, I have a different one.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm a Renaissance man.
You are. You like to cook?
We
I
should,
love
make
to
we
cook.
should get
Yeah.
our managers one of those.
So
for
when I come up to Connecticut, you're gonna have me over to the house
I'll
and cook
definitely
me
have you
dinner.
over.
I'd love to.
Crazy
do that.
Italian.
Yeah. Pan
Coach, I'm not going to lie to you. You look handsome. Doesn't he look good?
Thanks,
every
Card.
day.
Thank you, Card. It's not the out, like Dan. What Dan Costa? What makes you a handsome, charming person?
The inside, guys.
It's all on the inside, baby. Your soul. On the inside. Your soul. Now, I will take a good haircut with a good soul, and now we got the double whammy.
Yeah.
So all good.
Give it to you, Clark. That's
Tell me
nice.
what you
That's
think.
Nice and tight, man.
Ooh, put it down a little bit.
You can hold it.
Nice. That's slick. I can't. My hands are.
All right. Rub your hands. Take your hands.
All right.
You got two.
Nice.
What do you think?
I like it. I'm not sure
What do
about
you guys
this
think?
part.
Good work.
I
I like
like
it.
it over there, but good. Good. You can do my eyebrows. Can you
Well,
do that?
your eyebrows now.
Be careful with that request.
Yeah, trim the eyebrows.
You're looking
Get
good.
the hair out of
Boys,
yours?
real.
All right, thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Go
Good
Utes.
work.
What's
You're
the
the
Go
best.
Utes? And then
Go
you do
Utes,
this.
Go Utes, baby.
Is this?
It's gotta be that.
That's
No,
the
yeah.
U.
That's
Yeah.
you. That's the
It's
you.
the same as the Miami U?
No, Miami's.
No.
Miami's
this.
the wall.
Okay.
Flashed
Miami's
in
the wall.
Israel. Got
Okay.
big props
And
for
this,
that.
This is the U.
That's
Yeah,
the
just the
U. Yeah.
field of
Big
Go
props.
Utes.
Look at all this gray hair. Who's cleaning this up?
Rookies.
Get the bag. One more. You can be volunteer assistant coach?
I'll do it, yeah.
Throw it to you.
As long as I can run the man up.
We got a bunch of man-up specialists right here.